even today as we speak, there are those companies who are doing business of selling other people. So justice is indeed for sale, because when you go in holding cells, the ones that you find there are the poor people. The ones who are known to have money, the rich, and the ones who are known to be the VIPs, they get away with things.
Honorable Lizazi, thank you so much for coming on Africa Speak. So today is actually an exciting episode because we are joined by Honorable Lizazi, who is the Shadow Minister of the Ministry of Justice and Labor Relations. So the very first question that I actually have for you is that you have challenged the exploitative labor laws. You called out judicial dysfunction and also refused to stay silent on bulldozers in your hometown in Katima. So if the people are still suffering for 34 years, after 34 years of independence, who exactly did we liberate as a country?
Thank you very much for having me, Elizabeth. And looking at the question that you have just posed to me on the issues of the labor practice, the unfair labor practices in this country, it's something that is close to the heart. When you see especially young people who are employed, for example, with the security companies, and these security companies don't pay them a living wage that is already signed and gazetted by the government, one feel that it's unfair to the young people who take that responsibility. Some of them are graduates who are working in these security companies, and they've seen that there's no way they can survive and help their families, only to go and work for these security companies. But then you find a way where the security company does not pay the securities personnel. They don't pay them on time. Number two, they don't implement what is gazetted in the government gazette, and which was agreed by the unions and them as company owners, security company owners. And they take 3 months, they are not paid. Now one asks himself or herself a question, how is this person surviving with his or her family members, the children at home? How is he or how is she providing for the children at home? They need bread every day. They need to go to school every day. They need to go to school clean every day. But now, how do you take care of the children if these things are not provided, if you don't get your salary, for example? Coming at the issue that, because your question has two parts. Now, the second part of your question on the issue of the bulldozers in Katima Mulilo, where people are being, where people's buildings, we have seen what happened, that the bulldozers were there, putting the houses of the residents of Katima Mulilo onto the ground. Permanent structures were demolished onto the ground. We used to read in history books of the 10th of December 1959, the situation that happened in the old location in Windhoek. When I used to see those pictures in the history books, I used to think this is a far-fetched thing. It's something that happened, but maybe it did not happen the way it looks like in the pictures.
And
but
you also know the...
I was not there. But now when the incidents took place in Katima Mulilo, not once, but twice, 2 times it happened in Katima Mulilo, I realized the scenes or the pictures that we saw in the Namibian Museum and also in the history books, it was real. And now it was happening in an independent Namibia, whereby the main aim of the war, of the liberation struggle, was to fight to liberate the very Namibian people whose houses were demolished by the very government, our own government. We are ruling ourselves now, but those things still happen in this country. Not only that, recently this year we saw a house being demolished in Usakos. It was demolished in this independent Namibia. So that in itself already will show you that this is a failed system. There's a failed system whereby people are not held accountable. Since the incidents of Katima Mulilo twice taking place, now in Usakos, Elizabeth, did you hear anyone who was fired as a councillor? So that already shows you that it's a failed system. The system has failed the people, and it's up to us, the Namibian people, to decide what to do with that situation.
Yeah, and I think my follow-up question will now, like, especially you being now on the ground during, especially with the incidents of Katima. So are they pre-issued, how do I say it now? Are people pre-informed that your permanent building is coming to be demolished, or are people being paid actually for that, for their permanent, but there are things that are being actually demolished, or what are the procedures?
The correct procedure is this one. It's provided for in the Local Authority Act, whereby if you are to move people from the area where they resided, it spells very clearly in the Local Authority Act that you compensate the person in accordance to the structure of the building. The law is very clear on how the compensations need to be done. You even compensate the owner of that plot, even with the trees. Yeah, the jaggeberry trees are expensive because they are fruits. In Katima Mulilo, you'll find many trees, fruit trees that you find is the mango tree. They also has a price. You need to pay for everything that you are going to take out from those people. But then you give them a duration. A duration, for example, according to the court, is 3 months. 3 to 6 months for a person to move. And then you need to give that person that time and notice that you are going to be moved from here and you are going to be compensated this way. And if the person agrees, it has to be a consensus between the two, the one who wants to move the person and the one who is being moved. You need to agree, all of you. Once you reach a consensus that I will move if this and this and this is achieved. So the payment should be done and the compensation should be done. But as for the unfortunate members or residents of Katima Mulilo, for 2 times, they never got such compensation from their loss. Even the issue of Usakos this year, nothing was compensated. No compensation was given. It's all about the whole system that is overtaken by greed people who wants to benefit. If you go to Luanyanda, for example, the area where the people were moved, even when you go there today, the only thing that came out of that demolition is big trees. There are no buildings up to date.
So people were moved, but the land is
the land is still open. The land was never serviced. There are no services, no roads, nothing. It's still standing like that after 4 years of demolishing the houses.
Wow.
And the people were moved to a location called Nova. In that location called Nova, they share the water point. There are no roads. It's too sandy. If you have a small car and you are staying in Nova, you need to park it somewhere and then you walk to your house because it's too sandy. And currently, as we speak again, many of the members of Nova, Some of them have not yet received their letters, offer letters for the plots that they were given. Up to now, they don't have offer letters, and they are still fighting up to now for those plots, because the people in the system, in the local authority, workers of the local authorities are coming in also to benefit.
On the plots?
They are reallocating the plots in accordance to how they want to benefit. So one matter was even taken to the CRO, and it was also taken to a local authority councillor. And this young man has been fighting for this plot, which he was given. He was told, clean the plot. After you finish cleaning your plot, we are going to give you your offer letter.
Yes.
He cleaned the plot, and he told me himself that it was a 10 by 20 meters, 10 by 30.
Yeah.
Beg your pardon. It was a 10 by 30 meters. Now, a certain individual, the worker in the local authority, came back and said, your plot is too big. I'm taking 10 meters from your plot.
Oh my God.
I'm giving it to the other person. So, unfortunately, the 10 meters, that is within the areas where this young man have constructed his own house. And the worker of the local authority is telling him, demolish your house and move to your plot.
To your plot.
After you demolished his house in Luanyanda, now he is forced to demolish again a house where he has cleaned, uprooted the trees, big trees for that matter, not small trees, but very big trees. And he has to move again. And he has children who are going to school. What a disruptive. It's going to disrupt the kids going to school, because they have to move again. Far from the school. To stay somewhere so that the house can be rebuilt. So all these things are really not good.
Not good, yeah. Because I'm saying now, like the way you are explaining, this is actually mostly, I think, or this shows the misuse of power when it comes to local authority. Because I'm now wondering, do these things actually reach the ministry level, or like the leaders, the upper leaders? Do they know about what is actually happening on the ground? Because it's like the powers will think that I'm misusing the power.
Of course, Elizabeth, these things are coming because we have people like you who are informing the nation of these matters. Now I'm revealing this.
Yes.
And even the minister, this young man went to an extent of calling a minister of urban and rural development. The minister gave him an advice that he must go and open a case. Now, the question is, when he opens a case, where does he get the money?
That's the thing.
For legal fees. So he was asking me for legal fees. Now I had to explain to him that legal fees is not something that is very small. It's a lot of money, because when you take Katima Mulilo Town Council to court, they are already prepared. They have their own lawyer. And the young man doesn't have a lawyer. And he is a security guard. How is he going to survive? He will have to go back to the same system to ask for legal aid, which is going to take forever before he is given such a privilege. But now I advise the young man to write a letter and then to the CRO, explaining his ordeal for the plot and the gentleman who has cut his plot small. And then, because he is the worker of the local authority. So I said he should CC the minister, since he has spoken to him. He should CC the local authority councillor, specifically the councillor that he spoke to. And I also told him to CC me, CC the guy who is cutting the plot smaller, who is telling him to demolish. And unfortunately, up to now, this young man, he doesn't have an offer letter.
And it's so sad, because especially now, people like him, or people like, especially people on the ground themselves, because it's even difficult to write a letter and to also send an email. So that now become difficult.
Very, very difficult. I tried to give him guidance, but you can see what you are saying is also true, because how is this person going to compose a letter?
Yeah.
He has been sending drafts to me, and I correct here and help him to write this letter so that it can make sense. So these things are really, it's very hard. You know, all the things that bring these matters to be like this is the failed system. Because if the system was very strong, the local authority councillors in the first place were all supposed to be either themselves, because they have dignity, they would tender their resignations already. And if they don't do that, the political parties that they represent should do something to relieve them of their positions. And also, they have never seen consequences of the doing. They do something wrong against the human rights. Nothing happens to those people. So they will continue doing that over and over, because you can do it, nothing will happen to you. Even me, if I go there, I will do the same, because I know this system is sleeping. Yes.
That's so interesting. And so, Master Lizazi, Honorable Lizazi, so you're actually a teacher, a former teacher. You are a law student, and you are a son of Zambezi as well. So how have those identities shaped your understanding of justice and who the system is built for?
Thank you very much. It's a very good question, interesting question. You know, even before I became a teacher, I loved national affairs. We used to listen mainly when I was still young. We were struggling that time in the rural area. There will be only one radio, FM radio. And we used to listen to National Chat Show by Robin Tyson and the late Stephen Mamili, who listened to those things. So I listened to Ofinham Fungu when they give reports. I listen to currently the Honorable, I sit next to him, we rub shoulder, Honorable Modesto Samse, when they are hosting those programs. So we used to listen very, very much attentively, and I know Tara Shanika is now in Chamber of Commerce. We used to listen to those radio individual presenters. They were very good presenters, so we would listen to what is happening all over the country, and that is where I realized that this is my calling. Being a teacher, it was not easy. I taught all over Namibia. Yeah, I taught 8 years in the north. I taught
You also in the north,
8 years in the north, yes, at 2 different schools. And also I went back to Zambezi, whereby I tried to incorporate what I have learned in the north to what I can do for the people in Zambezi.
So in the north or the south?
I went in the north first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my first school I taught in the north. Currently, it's named after a unionist, the late Honorable Petrus Ilonga.
Oh, okay.
It was known as Ilonga Combined School, but they renamed it to include all his name. Petrus Ilonga Combined School.
Now, okay.
Yes. So that was my first school where I taught in 2004. So I enjoyed the mix when I came back to Zambezi, where I incorporate what I learned in the north to the Zambezi children, the ones I was teaching. So I saw that there was a bit of lacking. The hardworking is compared to the north. The young people in the north are hard workers and they want to learn. When they want to learn, they will put their whole mind onto it, especially those who are in upper grades such as Those time it was 11 and 12. Now it's 10 and 11.
11.
So they put more effort on their work compared to
Yeah.
this thing. Shaped me to understand that justice is meant for everyone, despite your social status,
Yeah.
despite your employment, despite which location you find yourself, which region you find yourself.
Yeah.
Justice is for all. That's why we have chapter 3 enshrined very clear in the Namibian constitution. It's for all of us. And chapter 3, people should know that chapter 3 is meant for all of us, and these are rights that cannot be taken away from us. We are born with them. So that is how it has shaped me. And people need to understand, when you read chapter 3 of the Namibian constitution, you must be looking at yourself, that this is me. This is talking to me. No one should infringe on those rights. Don't let anyone infringe on those rights. You need to protect them because they protect who you are.
Yeah. That's so true. And I think like you once also spoke about it, especially during one of your motions in Parliament, where you say that the justice must serve all and not just the privileged ones. And so, but the public sees a system where the wealthy get bail, and the poor get remand. So is justice in Namibia for sale, would you say?
Exactly. It's unfortunate that the current situation really talks to what you are saying. The trend now even when you go in holding cells, the ones that you find there are the poor people. The ones who are known to have money, the rich, and the ones who are known to be the VIPs, they get away with things. But the poor people are the ones who are suffering. Even when you ask for what really belongs to you, you are regarded as a troublemaker. But that thing really belongs to you.
Yeah.
So justice in Namibia is indeed for sale.
Yeah.
It is indeed for sale, because if it wasn't, we could not be experiencing people who go to hospitals.
Yeah.
There are no medication. People who go to school.
Yeah.
And they sit in floors that are like someone was digging in that floor last night. In schools, the windows are broken.
Yeah.
Kids now are sitting in that class with bigger cracks that they are even afraid that it can fall on us in time.
Yeah.
So it's for sale. Is indeed for sale, whereby you go to the justice system also. Many people now are losing. They are losing their trust in the justice system.
In the justice system.
Because they spend time in jail and they think, or they know, sometimes they did not even commit such crimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me challenge you now. So, like, if justice truly, like, if the justice system truly worked for the poor, if we can just like imagine, so would we even need like the parliamentarians to speak on behalf of us, if it worked?
No. No, because Article 1 is very clear. Yeah. It says Namibia is a unitary state founded on the principles of justice, a respect for the rule of law. A rule of law. When one respects the rule of law, it means that you are transparent, you are predictable,
Yeah.
you will be accountable, and you'll be honest. Everything that, these people, they will understand what is supposed to be done. The situation now we see in Namibia is the people in the rural area are not well informed of their rights. Recently, there's an organization, a non-governmental organization that invited teachers for a workshop during this holiday. one democracy. I think it's one democracy.
NID, I think.
Yes, they invited the teachers. One of the teachers confessed to me because they gave them civil education. This is not done. It's civil education is not done in this country.
Yeah.
Only if you learn things on your own. You need to find things on your own.
Yeah.
But now, because you don't know anything, you will need people like me to represent you. But if you were all well informed, you will know that this is right, this is wrong, and this is moral, this is immoral. According to this law says this and that. So the teacher told me that I voted for the first time last year. But she's my age mate. The first time she's voting is only last year, and she just voted because everybody was voting. Now she was confessing to me that now I understand why I need to vote. And now she was blaming the church. That the church is the one the church is not doing a lot to teach the members what to do on civil education. So I also blame the church. Because the churches are also not doing their work. When they go in the church, it's just singing, preaching, and reading the Bible, but you are not teaching the people civil education. Even me, when I joined politics in 2020, active politics, because I've been a politician for a long time. I was not just coming out. So the church members were asking me, how can you be a regional chairperson and the church elder at the same time? I told them, this thing is one. Church and politicians is one. How can you survive if you don't know where you are going, where you are coming from? How can you survive if you don't understand your present? You can only have that understanding if you are into politics. And you can only influence how a country should be governed when you are into politics. So civil education is my emphasis in this statement. Civil education, the civil society, the government, they should hold hands and give civil education.
I think that's so true, because like communities, we are not educated when it comes to like the civil education or the civic education. Because but is it really the responsibility of the church or the lawmakers that we're supposed to teach the communities about the laws that are being implemented, about our rights, about our constitution? Because now if you are in school, because everybody goes through school, I think to only be fair, this thing was through school where everybody passes through, maybe through history, or is it development studies or something where people are taught about it, even about the basic of the constitution?
I taught social studies, and we taught learners about the human rights. It's there in social studies, senior primary. We teach them, but when you teach the young people, yes, they will understand, but they will not comprehend. When it comes to civic education, they will not comprehend very well. From grade 4 up to, because I taught social studies, you find those parts are there where we teach them about their human rights. Chapter 3 of the Namibian Constitution, the whole of it is there. We part of it, and also Article 20 is emphasized in social studies. We teach. But now when you reach grade 9, which is grade 9 now in history, you find that it's just a small part of the civic education that is there. Just a small part that teaches about the women, the equality of men and women. That is it. And that teaches you what happened during 1989 and the elections. But it's the responsibility of, that's why I mentioned earlier, of the civic organization and also government to ensure that the people are taught in the rural area, in the urban area, so that they can all be on par.
Yeah.
Information is power. If you know, you are powerful. If you don't know, you are weak.
Yeah.
So information is power.
Yeah.
People need to know.
Yeah, and then I think that's why actually I really appreciate what the organizations are doing, like especially NID right now, making sure that communities everywhere, teachers, especially people that are community leaders, they are really educated when it comes to their civic rights and their civic participation and all that. And I think it's really like a responsibility because now I'm just like, even if you are in high school and you are taught about these things, you don't really know the importance of it, and you don't know where you are going to use it. But if you are taught in school and you also go back in the community and you are being taught as well, or you come across this, especially during the civil society organization, or you go to church, they are talking about it, I think it will get into your mind.
You see, NID has been doing that even when I was still young. They used to have a program that was running on Lord Saves. So they had an individual person for NID who prepared programs every time to run for us. So I used to follow that program. And this is not going to work for NID alone.
Yeah.
Government is the custodian of the people. When you are elected in parliament, you represent the people.
Yeah.
They just go there. I usually see political parties. They go there and campaign. When they are campaigning, they are only using other people's names, belittling others and speaking ill about others. We should shift from that way of campaigning and inform the public. If the Namibian people had an understanding, like the understanding that some of us had even when we were still young, when I sit at a meeting, I started sitting at meetings in 1986 when I was 6 years old. I used to sit on a political meeting when I hear that the person who is talking is just talking about others. I would already know that this is not a politician. And I'll be looking at the people who are cheering as clowns. Sorry to use that word. I'll be looking at them as, I don't know which, for lack of proper verb or for lack of proper word, I'll say the shallow-minded. Because when a person comes for a campaign and is campaigning on my name, people must know that this person who is being spoken about, this person is honest. Why do the whole person and an adult move all this way 1,300 kilometers to Katima Mulilo just to talk about Kanjafa and all those things? You should know that this person they are talking about is telling the truth. This person is honest. This person is making an impact. So I will not sit and listen to a person who is talking about another person who is a renowned politician, and you come and talk about another politician. At least give me what you are going to do for me. Before a politician start talking, you need to give civic education. Every politician is our, how would I say this? We are supposed to teach the masses because we have an opportunity of having a lot of people sitting and listening to you. You need to take that opportunity and teach the Namibian people their rights. But instead of teaching the Namibian people their rights, we are teaching them otherwise. We are covering their eyes. We just take a veil and cover their faces. Instead of removing the veil of their face, we are covering it with our dirty things.
Yeah, that's so true. Okay, so thank you so much. And I actually want us to move to the labor high and the post-colonial capital. So you have called labor high a daily injustice. So, but let's go deeper. Is this not just the apartheid style contract labor incorporated in these guys?
You are right. It's the same. Because during apartheid, there was that SWANLA, Southwest Africa Native Labour Association. Even today, as we speak, there are those companies who are doing business of selling other people in an independent Namibia. And they went to court, they won the case, and they are continuing growing and becoming bigger and bigger companies. And many of them have opened because the Equity Act allows them to do business on a human being. I've received a number of reports. Last month, in May, when we were in Swakopmund in the Irongo region for induction, I squatted with my nephew. And he told me that every day at the company where he's working, people have been retrenched today. And the next day they come in with a different uniform. Now they are no more working for that company. They are now working for a labor hire company. Before they were retrenched yesterday, for example, they were paid $18 per hour. Now, when they are retrenched, the next day they are employed by a labor hire company. They will be working the same job, $3.50 per hour. Imagine how much money, how much has been cut off from these people. Now tell me, if those people understood civic education, if those people understood their rights, would they reduce themselves to that? No. They will walk away. But because they don't understand their rights, they think this person, the owner of the company, is helping us. Yes. They think the company is helping them, while it's another way around. These resources belongs to us, to the Namibian people. It's their resources, it's theirs. But then people are misusing it. It's the same as the contract labor system in these guys. And this time around, we are watching. And we are looking at that exploitation happening to our people as if there's nothing happening. So for us, we are happy. And if only the Namibian people would have understood that this is not right and this is a violation of my birthrights, then we will know. Because that is what it means when you say one Namibia, one nation.
One nation,
Yeah. So an injury to you must be an injury to me. So that is what I feel, because I am a social justice person. I don't want to see any other Namibian suffering because of the injustices of any other human being who wants to get rich because of other people. Yes.
And I think it's us being in the community and in the desperate situation that we are in. So we just take up any opportunity that comes, and then we think that person is actually helping me. That person is there for me. Like if I live there, where do I go? Or what do I get? So I'll just be there with nothing. So I think it's because of the desperate situations that we are in.
Yeah, you know, you know, Elizabeth. Even when a man is proposing a lady, when a lady realizes that this man can go an extra mile, if I cough, he will ask me, or if she asks me jump, he will ask me how high. That lady, even if she wanted to be yours, she will see that I can't be with this weaker man. Desperation should not be a thing that makes you let another human being in an independent Namibia to tremble on your rights. When you stand for your rights, people will know that Elizabeth is here. People will know that she's here and she's a no-nonsense and she will stand for what is right. If it means leaving your job, at least you kept your dignity and your principles. Don't compromise your principles because of desperation. Principles must be principles. And you can only have principles if you are well informed. Now, if you are not well informed, exactly the situation which is unfortunate, people will think she's favoring me. You see?
That's the truth. But then I don't understand if like the labor hire system is like a national shame, especially for the people that are in power, the people that are doing the rules or putting up these laws. So why hasn't like the parliament outlaw it? Like what is stopping the very people who claim to oppose it?
Because I am new in parliament, I'm also trying to go deeper and understand what is hindering parliament to amend laws that allows the labor hire. And it's mainly mining and fisheries where these things are happening at a larger scale, because this is where they make quick money. Now, we have heard in the introduction or in the maiden speech of the Honorable Minister of Justice and Labor Relations, he promised us that the Equity Act is going to be amended. We are waiting for Parliament for that Equity Act amendment, as he promised in the Parliament. Maybe some of the honorable members in that Parliament are not waiting the way I'm waiting for it. I'm looking forward to see what is going to change in that act. And I want to, people must feel independent. They must feel independent. They must not reach to an extent of desperation. That should not be there in an independent country. So some unfounded other allegations says some of the members within the parliament are shareholders in these companies. So they are benefiting. That is the only way, that maybe the only thing. I'm yet to believe it, because you need evidence to see whether it's true these people are shareholders. One need to find that out, if they are shareholders and if they are the ones benefiting. But you will always find that the mnenes, as they call them, they are the ones benefiting to these companies. They are the ones who are shareholders in these companies, and they know what they are benefiting. That's why they are sitting idle.
That's so true. And I think you also raised an alarm over justice underfunding during the appropriation bill. So if you controlled the budget, what would your top 3 urgent priorities be?
Under justice. All right.
Or any?
In the appropriation bill.
Yes.
Education is very important. It's key, because since I started talking earlier, I told you education is very important. When the nation is informed, we will move forward, and we will all understand how things work. Second thing is, as it is alluded in the appropriation bill, state sovereignty is very important. You can't allow yourself as a nation to be trembled upon by neighbors, by powerful countries. So you need to have some kind of sovereignty. So you need to invest immensely in your security and improve the technology in the security. But we have seen a situation in this country whereby the the army is receiving second largest, the Ministry of Defense. But you don't see, I don't know, maybe we have things, we have technological implements in the army. We were moving very well with the August 26. We were even at the level of assembling vehicles, army vehicles in Namibia. We don't know whether that thing is still there or it's gone. And if it's gone, what happened in the middle?
Yeah.
But they still continue receiving the money. So what happened here? So something need to be done to bring that back and even improve further when it comes to the defense, because that is our pride, state sovereignty. We need that. And the third thing that I'll see to it that is a priority is, we are socialism. We are socialists in Africa. Africans are socialists by nature. So you improve the dignity of our people if you provide them with housing, proper housing. Not only in town, it must be cutting across, even the rural area. There should be proper housing. If a person grows up in a proper house, they will have dignity, proper house. So those three areas.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. So actually now I want to understand, since I have the son of Zambezi in the house, and I want to touch on the topic of the Caprivi treason. Because last year I was in Katima, like for the very first time, and by the river I found the man. He said he's an advocate, and he was telling, when he heard that I was actually from the north and a Vambu, he started telling me the history of between the Ovambo and the Caprivian people. And I'm like, I didn't know most of these things. So today I kind of like want to confirm some of the things, especially you being growing up there and all that. So because there have been claims and allegations of the supposed agreement between the former president, the late President Nyoma, and also Master Mishake Muyongo as well, regarding the Caprivi autonomy and the sessions as well. So from your understanding or probably the access to historical records, is there any merit to this claim, and how should Namibians interpret it today?
Thank you very much. Up to now, I've never seen that document. Because I told you 1986, that's when I started attending political rally. And that was a rally for UDP. That's when I saw Mr. Myongo for the first time in 1986 in our village. And when he was campaigning with his UDF, there was no mention of that. Because I used to sit, you are a 6-year-old. You sit here in front of your father. He's seated there. And I developed so much interest in that because my father told me that this man came from exile. Now, my elder brother was in exile. So I wanted to see how a person who came from exile looks like. And then I can have a picture of my elder brother because I did not know him. He went in 1975. So when I sat there, I listened to him. He was actually campaigning only to win the elections. There was no mention of that agreement. And there's a very nice...
So that was after the alleged agreement was made?
Because the alleged agreement is alleged to be made in 1964, November 1964. But I told you I have not seen that agreement up to now. And then in the meetings that I attended with Mr. Myongo, I have no recall of him mentioning it. Only his followers. 1999, We sat in the meeting
Yeah.
after the incidents of 2 August. We sat in the meeting, and as young people, that time I had knowledge. I asked for that. I asked for the document because I wanted to see the document and read it myself, because that time I was in grade 12.
Yeah.
I asked for the document. I want to see it. I want to read it.
Yeah.
The answer that we were given in that meeting at my village, we were told the people who were addressing a meeting don't have the document. The document is only with the old man, and he is going to release it at an appropriate time. So all the people were cheering, and I was not convinced with that answer, because that was, for me, I thought it was appropriate time for us to have that knowledge. So it never came out. Up to now, I have never seen the document and the agreement. But there's a book that was written by Dr. Mvita. He's now also an honorable in the National Assembly, the Deputy Minister of Defense, where he described the ordeal of Brendan Simbwaye. So you will find that the book does not mention anything, though it's focused on Simbwaye.
Yeah.
The book does not mention anything of the agreement. One thing that I picked in that book is Dr. Mvita made it very clear, and for me to have a perspective, another perspective of this issue, because Brendan Simbwaye, the late, may he continue resting, he was the president of KANU. Mr. Myongo was the deputy, the vice president of KANU. Now, in 1958, when they wanted to come and launch KANU, they were to launch the constitution of KANU, they were to launch the membership cards. Because these two documents, the cards and the constitution, were written in Zambia with the help of the late Nalumino. He was also maybe somewhere a prime minister of Zambia at that time, under the rule of Kenneth Kaunda. Kenneth Kaunda was the first person to buy the membership card of KANU. And then he gave, this is according to Movita's book, and he gave Brendan Simbwaye to come with those membership cards in Caprivi then, which is Zambezi today, and give the membership. But that time, they had already requested the permission from Pretoria that they can have their political meetings. But then Pretoria took long to answer that you can't have it. And then they went ahead to have a meeting, and the police came, there was riot, and the others were arrested, and Mr. Myongo ran to Zambia in the same year. So when he ran to Zambia, that's where the meeting between Myongo and Sam Nujoma was arranged by Kenneth Kaunda. So they met there, and then with Mr. Nalumino, the Mundia Nalumino, they met there, and they had a meeting. That is when they started working together. Now, when they put the leadership together in Zambia, they said, since you were the vice president of KANU, temporarily vice president, you are going to hold on for Simbwaye until Brendan Simbwaye comes here, because Simbwaye did not run. He told the South African police that, leave the people, leave the masses. You are looking for me. I am here. You can get hold of me. And then, because he believed in nonviolence, he believed in negotiation. He was educated. He was a teacher by then. Mr. Myongo was also a teacher by then. They were all educated in Zambia. So they understood, they had an education, they had an upper hand with the knowledge. So that is how it happened.
This is how it happened. But now I'm interested in what was discussed in the other meeting, because like because there's now this allegation that is also like, when now I was in Katima, they're like, okay, what was apparently agreed on during the meeting was that once they are going to help each other in fighting the apartheid system, was the apartheid system by then, or um, the colonial team. But then there was an agreement that if one of them become president, then the other one become vice president after independence, or vice versa. And then that agreement was broken. So I'm not really sure of how true that is.
You see, Elizabeth, all those things are hearsays. I believe in something that is written in black and white.
Yeah.
If we can be provided with evidence and documents that says otherwise.
Yeah.
As for now, all those things that you ask me are all hearsays.
Yeah.
We don't know whether it's true or it's not true.
It's not true.
But what we know is people who went from Zambezi, including my late brother, they went to fight to liberate Namibia. Even when they came back, when my elder brother came back, I was 9 years old. We watched at him, we looked at him. We were watching him, in fact, like a TV, because we were looking at him that this man, he came back after all these years.
Yeah.
He was fighting for the independence of this country.
Yeah.
So I don't recall my brother telling me that I was fighting for the independence of Caprivi.
Yeah, because then I'm now wondering, where did that come from, of people seeing themselves as Caprivians and not Namibians, and then Caprivi not being part of Namibia?
So
like, where did it go? Like, when did it start? And which Caprivians are seeing themselves like that?
Is this preaching? The preaching, many people, as we were talking about desperation.
Yeah.
When someone comes and promise you that you'll live a very good life if we are like this.
Yeah.
So you'll end up falling for that. I had my nephew who was in Botswana after 1999.
Yeah.
He went to join in Botswana. He stayed there. But I used to write to him. I used to tell him straight that you are wasting your time. Come back. You could be something else now. Come back home. And he came back. So when he told me what they used to be told in Dugwe refugee camp, every day they will have a meeting and they'll be told, tomorrow, just tomorrow, we'll be liberated. But when he came back, he realized how much time, because he stayed there for 21 years, how much time he wasted. He could be doing a lot. He could have done a lot for himself.
Yeah.
And he found that it was, in fact, a waste of time. So it's that kind of preaching, whereby you get people, they tell you this and that just for self-interest.
Yeah. Okay, so as the shadow minister and the MP from the Zambezi region, so how do you actually analyze the first 100 days of Her Excellency, President Nduma Ndindeto's leadership, both in terms of the symbolism of having Namibia's first female president and also the actual progress made by the new government so far?
Thank you very much. The issue of the first female president is celebrated and overrated over the needs of the Namibian people. I'm not against being led by a female president. It's very good. But as for me, for the last 100 days, the last time I saw her was when she gave a sauna where she promised a lot of things. And from there, I've been seeing her at the State House receiving visitors and giving speeches and visiting other countries such as Botswana, Zambia, for a day. I still feel the same. Nothing has changed for me. Because if we could have something that have changed, we could have seen a mass recruitment of young people, not into the police, into Namibia Correctional Services and NDF. We could have seen a new mine opening. We could have seen the drive into empowering Namibia when it comes to electricity supply, energy supply in the rural areas, because our masses are in the rural area. If you go to the rural areas today, the village that you left yesterday is still looking the same as you left it yesterday, after 100 days in office. Even this city where we are, I don't see anything that have changed in these 100 days. Even the appointments of governors, for example, in Zambezi region will be governed by one house, because the governor and the chairperson of the regional council, they are a couple.
Huh?
So a couple is going to govern the region. How do you look at that as an achievement?
Oh my goodness.
Whereby a region is governed by one house. All the resources, everything of the region is being planned in one house, in a bedroom for the whole region. That is one of the things. And the president is absent for me. We are still having an absent president, because the things that she promised the youth, what is being spoken mostly is the free education for next year. We have not yet reached there. Now, what have you done in the short period for the young people? Because she was apologizing to the elderly, including my father, who is 106 years old. She was saying they must forgive her until next year. Now she's still concentrating on the young people. What is she doing for them? I don't see anything that is being done for the young people. That is number one. Nothing is done for the young people as we speak. And when it comes to housing, we need to see a change, especially in these informal settlements. They have been informal before independence. Even in an independent country, they are still informal. When are they going to be formal? And that is where the masses are. Once you formalize, that's why in our manifesto as IPC, we say we will formalize the informal settlements. Why do we need to formalize them? It is to grow the revenue of the municipalities and town council and village councils. Because once that plot is formalized, these people will be registered, they will own that land, and they will pay the dues to the council. So the revenue grows. Imagine if all those informal settlements were formalized and they are paying their dues to this municipality of Windhoek. How much money will Windhoek be making? So all the informal settlements in this country, if they are formalized and the revenue for those town or local authorities is going to grow faster, because people are paying for the services, they are paying and they know this is my land, this is my plot, and they construct structures that are going to be permanent for their families. So if we don't formalize the informal settlement, and nothing is being spoken about that in the 100 days of your reign, where are we headed? And lastly, the third thing is on the issue of resources. Article 100 of the Namibian Constitution is very clear that everything in this country belongs to the government. And the government is the people, belongs to us, me and you. Are we shareholders in the mining companies that are extracting our minerals.
Yeah.
There should be something should be done so that the Namibian people can become owners of these resources. As we speak for now, we just know that yes, now one Namibia, one nation, the resources are ours. But in the 100 days of her reign, what did she do to make sure Namibian people benefit?
Yeah. Okay, but like when you are also looking like at the different ministries, is there any difference or any like with the new ministers that we have? Like, are they not making any difference, or are they just running like the usual business as usual?
It's business as usual. It's truly business as usual. I don't see anything different from, we have seen ministers making episodes here and there. It's only Honorable Sankwasa. And yesterday there was an issue whereby the whole minister was denied entrance. And that was all, you see, is a Minister of Justice and Labor Relations who is going to address the issue between the workers and the company and the owners of the company. Disrespect a minister and stop him not to enter the premises while they were well aware that he is coming. So you can see that even company owners don't respect the government. They don't see the minister. They don't see him. That's why they could deny him that interest.
Okay, maybe just going back to the issue of like the Zambezi region being ruled by one house. Like, is the Zambezi, like, are the people like complaining of that? And are they people that are able and capable of leading the region, or are they just there for, you think they are not able and capable?
All right. I have not heard the people complaining in Zambezi region. Maybe I'll be the first one who raises this issue.
Yeah.
Because capability, there have been political leaders, both of them.
Yeah.
You have seen reports early this year, even late last year, reports saying regional council, Zambezi regional council did not have meetings the whole of last year, only one meeting called by the regional chairperson of the regional council management committee.
Yeah.
Now, how do you run a region and you don't meet and discuss your strengths, your weaknesses? You don't do that reporting. How do you report of the projects that are being carried through, capital projects of the government?
Yeah.
Where do you do reporting? If there are no meetings, where will the councillors report progress, report problems and challenges that the people are facing in their constituencies if you don't have meetings? And the current governor has been an acting regional coordinator, SWAPO regional coordinator. I don't know any significant thing that she have done in the leadership as a acting coordinator. And she was a councillor for Linyanti constituency. Linyanti constituency just gave her one term. The second term, they didn't want her anymore because she was not performing. I don't know, maybe now it will be a miracle. All of a sudden, she will perform for the region and we will see the region prospering maybe in her reign. But you will come and cut this finger. There will be no change in her reign.
But is it not like your responsibility, especially being the opposition and also coming from there, like to make sure that these leaders that are present, that they carry out their work and their duties, because you will hold them accountable?
It's our duty to hold them accountable. It will take us back again to the issue of civic education.
Yeah.
I can go there as a member of an opposition, official opposition in the parliament. Our people will need to have a change and a new perspective of looking at things. Because when a governor arrives, a governor should not, even me, when I go to the people, I must not be an honorable, that people even kneel in the ground and all that the honorable is here, they give me the proper chair, and while they are sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
And even elderlies are sitting on the ground. If we go to an extent whereby we don't worship politicians as honorables, sometimes I get goosebumps when someone calls me honorable. Even when you are referring to me as honorable, I ask myself, what have I done to be honored? So once you know when if she will take that thing that the governor is coming and everyone must stand.
Yeah.
All those who are seated, even the elderly must stand. You must know that you are not going to do anything for the people. Humility is the key of leadership.
Yeah.
Without it, you are not a leader. Like Miles Monroe said, that leaders don't like titles. They just want to save the people.
Yeah.
So the advice we are going to give, the advice I'm giving is for the new governor to at least, if she is listening, at least to be humble. Humbleness, not wearing the governor's shirt that it's written governor all over. Then you find that the Zambezi region will not move forward. We just discovered last year 8 rare minerals in that region. Where is it going? It's quiet. Since it was discovered, the resources, everybody, it's quiet. Nothing is happening. And that, if the governor, the new governor, will look into that and focus into those resources so that we can get them off the ground, then she will be able to drive employment creation, growing the region to be a region of excellence. And because those resources can bring wealth in that region.
And that's so true. And I think like when I was also like there in Katima, I was only in Katima. And so, and then people were like, I was like, what are you guys known for in Katima? Because I'm like, Katima is so rich. Like, I didn't know that Katima was so rich. Like, it can feed the whole, it can be like the basket of the whole country. And like the names that they call themselves, they're like, no, we are the orphan of Namibia. We are the marginalized of Namibia. And I'm like, why do you say that? Like it's like we are not part of Namibia. We are not like, we don't have a state hospital. We don't have this. We don't have that. I'm like, okay. So why is like, do you think Zambezi is still kind of like behind or not being left behind?
Yeah, we are indeed. We are. It's not a laughing matter, but it's a serious issue. We are indeed an orphan, and we are the ones to blame. No one else. We are the ones to blame in that situation which we find ourselves.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, we were witnessing in Ondonga area potatoes being harvested. Yeah. We have arable land where we can plow. My father used to say, in this land of ours, even a human being can grow. So if only we come out of our Cancuns and start working on the land, we can be a breadbasket of this country.
That's so true.
So we need to come out. I'm a young farmer. I love crop farming, but now we need support. It's not only to find a market for us, but also We need support from starting from the seeds, plowing, the support from the ground up to the selling of the maize. We need that support. Currently, when I harvested my maize, I don't decide on the price of the maize.
Who decides?
The Namibia agronomic board decides on the price. That you are going to sell your maize at $7.50 per kg. It's not me who decides, and we don't know how they reach to that price. What criteria did they look at to go to that price? I don't know where it is coming from, but the only thing that I know is agronomic board that is giving us the price per kg for my maize.
Do they help you in growing?
No help in growing. They don't even know where my field is, but they are the ones deciding on my price. They don't even know how many hectares I plowed. They don't know how much I spent in the plowing. Yeah. They don't know. But they're the one sitting in the aircon boardroom and decide, okay, Lizazi's maize, we are going to buy it at $7.50. And I was not involved even when they came up with the price as a farmer. The same goes even for cattle. It's the same. People in that region, there are few of them, including even our parents, the chiefs. They are working on the land. Yeah. They are spending on the land. They come and sell their maize, but the price is decided by somebody else. That is one thing. We need to also move away from the issue of sitting and waiting for manna from heaven. We need to work on our own. The young people, I've seen a lot of young people now. They are engaged in self-employment, advertisements, and in typing and writing CVs and applying for others. That is commendable. We need to move in that direction. But then the other thing that is undermined in the region, there's talent there when it comes to sport.
Okay.
Yeah, there are soccer players there, very good soccer players in that region. But then there are no scouts. Even this Namibia Premier League teams, they never go to Katima, just like you went to Katima for the first time.
Yes.
I don't know what pulled you that side. So the scouts for national soccer teams and for this Premier League, Namibia Premier League, if they can just go and scout over there and look for raw talent, they will get it. There are players, and we can see, we have a witness of one guy who is playing, I don't know whether he's playing for UNAM or for that young man. He's doing very well. He's scoring goals for that team. So we have soccer players there. That talent is not tapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think having you now in parliament and having a lot of like leaders that are now coming from the Zambezi region, I bet people will be able to recognize the Zambezi region now and seeing the value that it brings to the country and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is true, because we are going to make an impact. As Zambezi leaders, we will impact so that, but we have made an impact so far. Because if you go all over Namibia, you'll find that there's no area in this country where you will not find a person from the Zambezi region. It's either a teacher, police officer, NDF, in many, even in local authority councils, we are there. We are all over. They are all over. So if all of us who are all over this country, we bring our heads together, we learn something from others, and then we come together and make it work for us also. Yeah. See how we can make this work for the region. At least we'll move forward.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's only unity that we need. someone somehow even asked to go back to the region and try to unite the region and move in the common cause.
That's so true. And I think one thing that I also, okay, this is out of the question now or out of the thing, but it's like one thing that I also realized, or I did not realize that people say is that we have so many like people from Zambezi that are holding high position, but why is that they don't go back to Zambezi once they become successful?
Okay. There's that notion that if you go back to Zambezi, people will witch you. I was, when I started working in the North in 2004,
Yeah.
I was only 21 by then.
Oh.
So I found people who have been in the North as teachers 4 years, 5 years, they never went back. And there was a term that was used for us. They will say, Ambuera, they must go back home.
Really?
I witnessed the people fighting because he was called Mbuera. As for me, when they called me Mbuera, I went into a dictionary for Oshindonga English dictionary. I looked for a word Mbuera, and then I found it as mean someone who is not from that land, a foreigner, and all that. So when they called me Mbuera, I just took it like this. I said, yes, I'm a foreigner. I am coming from another land. I'm from Zambezi region. I'm not from Umsati.
Yeah.
So it's true, I'm Mbuera. Even in our language, we have it in Sloz, we will say Muzamai. So when you are called Muzamai, you are not supposed to fight because you are not from that, you are a visitor in that land. It doesn't mean when you are called Mbuera, you are no more Namibian. So I try to educate the people like that don't fight about this thing.
Yeah.
But then they would say, I'm not going back because when I go back, they will witch me. I told them, my first holiday, I went back in Zambezi. And I spent my whole holiday there, first term, was 1 full month. I came back. I told them, here I was not witched. Where are the witch? So that notion is being used by individuals who are full of pride. They, when you get an employment, you think you have made it in life, while you are just starting. When you think you have made it in life and you don't even go back, you forget your roots. Once you forget your roots, you are lost. You'll end up in trouble. You'll end up lost. You are truly lost. You must go back to your roots and then back, because home is just home. Home sweet home. You can't stay away from home.
That's so true. All right, thank you so much, Honorable Master Lizazi, for for coming on Africa Speak. But the last question that I think that I actually have for you is like, so if justice cannot be served in Parliament where you are right now, would you be willing to fight for it outside?
Parliament is a house where we enact laws. So the major influence must be inside that house. If you come out, how are you going to fight for justice? If you could not fight for justice while you were inside the house that enacts the laws that are injustice to the people. So you can only fight just for justice inside the parliament. So the next 5 years, one will have to put his foot down, tighten the belt, pull the socks to make sure that once you come out of there, you have made an impact to every Namibian in the corner. Even in the corner, someone in Karaspek must feel this impact. Someone in Impalila, at the island, must feel the impact. The other person in Opuo must feel the same impact. In Rongo Sokomund, they must feel the same impact. In the north, in Oshakati, they must feel even the rural area itself. In Oshipanda, in Vula, they must feel that impact. In Okaku, they must feel that impact. So if you come out after 5 years, you have not enacted a single law that impact positively all the Namibian people, I must just go and rest.
Okay. And like you as the shadow minister, what is your mandate and how do we track or your progress, or what must we expect from you as a shadow minister of justice and labor relations?
You should watch the contributions in the National Assembly, and also if you want to keep track the intervention like this,
Yeah.
where one can give feedback of what he has done
Okay.
in his work, it's one of the things, because there are many things that we are doing behind the scenes, where we go to ministries. Like I'm a shadow minister of justice and labor relations. I've arranged meetings to meet the PROs in the Ministry of Justice. I will arrange the same meeting also in the labor side or the labor department, and also in the judiciary. So one have to get that understanding of the ministry that you are shadowing, so that you can impact when it comes to your contributions, when it comes to your intervention during, you can ask questions. Again, even because the minister, he said he has an open door policy.
Yeah.
He said he's open for any time. I can visit him and give suggestions.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Lizazi, for
Thank you.
coming on Africa
Thanks for
Speak
having me.
and to hoping to have you back. So, yeah, and I think if there's anything that I left out, or there's probably an advice that you want to give maybe to a worker, student, or a mother who is actually watching this today, probably what will you tell them?
Thank you very much to the students, especially students. They should not stay away from civic education. Take the Constitution of Namibia, read it on your own, understand it, understand everything that is provided for in that Constitution.
Yeah.
Once you understand what is provided for in that Constitution, you will know how this country is being governed. Once we have an understanding of how a country is being governed, we will not have young people who stay away from elections. Currently, the situation is that young people are staying away from voting.
Yeah.
They have this understanding that I cannot vote for Lizazi so that his family can live better, and I'm remaining suffering. When you don't vote, then you are going to suffer for life. When you vote, in fact, you are giving your power. That individual that you are giving power to, you can recall that person. Now, if you don't give power to a person, how are you going to recall that person?
Yeah.
You'll have a say in the government. So that is to young people and the students as well. To a mother who is watching, we are very happy with the Namibian mothers. They are doing a great job. And another thing that they should not forget is to continue taking care of those children and educate them. The key is to educate the children with all the things. Let us not allow our children to control us. Let us control the children, because we know better.
Yeah.
We have experience. A young man watching me, wherever you are, we should not give up. Desperation should not make us lose our principle. Keep your principle, even in hunger. Die hungry with the principle. Don't give up, because when you give up, the country will not have properly done.
Yeah.
We need to stay strong for the future.
That's so true. Thank you so much, Pastor Lizazi, once again for coming to our show. And I was just wishing you all the best as well. And I think, okay, I just also want to put it out there that he was also my history and geography teacher as well. And I think you're also one of the person who also kind of like influenced me in loving current affairs and being kind of like growing interest in politics and being where I am today as
I
well.
thought you were a scientist.
That's the thing. That's also what I thought, that I was going to be somewhere in science and all that. But here we are today.
Right.
So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. You are really contributing a lot to the country and the African continent at large.
Thank you so much. All right.